Settle your breathing. There is no effort now. Each breath comes and goes on its own. From the open forum, a narrow passage leads away from the center of the town. The stones here are older, their edges softened and rounded. They have been touched by many hands, and now by none. At the end of the passage stands a small building of pale stone. It is a library. The door is slightly open, not locked, not guarded. The town trusts the night. You step inside. The air changes immediately. It is cooler here, thicker, quiet in a deeper way. Shelves line the walls, rising slowly upward, holding scrolls wrapped in fading cloth. The colors were once bright, reds, blues, deep earth tones. But time has softened them all into gentle shades. Dust floats in the air, visible only where moonlight slips through a high window. The dust moves slowly, lazily, as if it has nowhere else to be. Your footsteps are almost silent on the stone floor. Each sound feels smaller here. Wooden tables stand in rows, their surfaces smooth from years of careful hands. Oil lamps rest upon them, empty now, their flames long extinguished. Once, scribes sat here for hours, copying words one careful letter at a time. Their work was patient, unhurried. Tonight their voices are gone, but their presence lingers. You pause beside one of the tables. A single scroll rests there, unrolled just slightly, as if someone meant to return after a short break. They never did. The writing is neat and steady. It speaks of roads, stars, seasons, and distant provinces. Nothing urgent, nothing loud, just observations of a world that moved more slowly than ours. You do not need to read it. It is enough to know that it exists. The shelves creak softly as the building settles. The sound is gentle like a deep exhale. Even stone must rest. Somewhere above, the wind passes over the roof, low and calm. The library holds the sound and lets it fade away. Take a slow breath in, and let it drift out. The road curves softly now, almost without you noticing. The stones feel smoother here, worn down by countless journeys long forgotten. Ahead, the outline of a small Roman town begins to appear. It is not bright. There are no torches burning. No voices call out in the night. The town is asleep. Low stone walls rise gently from the ground, their edges softened by time. A narrow gate stands open, not guarded, not watched. There is no need for protection at this hour. You pass through quietly. Inside, the streets are narrow and calm. The stone beneath your feet changes texture, smoothed by generations of sandals and slow footsteps. The buildings lean slightly inward, as if resting after a long day. Shops are closed now. Wooden shutters cover their windows. Painted signs hang motionless above doorways, creaking softly only when the breeze remembers them. Somewhere nearby, water drips steadily from a fountain. Drop, pause, drop. The sound is gentle and steady, like a slow clock that no longer measures anything important. You walk past a baker's shop. The warmth from the ovens is long gone, but a faint memory of bread seems to linger in the air. Tomorrow the ovens will glow again, but tonight they sleep. Cats lie curled in doorways, their bodies rising and falling with each breath. One lifts its head briefly, watches you pass without concern, and closes its eyes again. Nothing here is surprised by your presence. The town has seen countless walkers pass through, and countless more fade into memory. A narrow side street leads you deeper into the town. The stones here are older, darker, polished smooth by rain and time. Windows above are dark, though behind some of them, families sleep quietly. Dreams unfold unseen. A breeze moves through the street, carrying the scent of stone, dust, and distant trees. It brushes past you gently, as if guiding you onward without urgency. You rise from the wooden bench, not quickly, not slowly, simply in your own time. The library remains behind you, still breathing in its quiet way, and you step back into the narrow passage. The night greets you again with its cool air and steady silence. Ahead, the road widens. Once, wealthy families walked here in fine sandals, surrounded by servants and laughter. But tonight there is only you, and the steady rhythm of the distant wind. A tall gate appears before you, made of carved stone and iron. It stands open. No guards, no chance, just trust and time. You pass through. Inside lies a Roman villa, large yet gentle in its presence, wrapped in moonlight. White walls glow softly in the darkness. Shadows rest peacefully along pillars and archways, stretching calmly across the courtyard floor. A fountain sits at the center. No water flows now. Not tonight, but you can imagine it. You can almost hear it. And that is enough. The air here is warm and still, as if the house itself is holding its breath in sleep. Curtains hang loosely in the open doorways, made of thin woven cloth. The night breeze brushes them just slightly, lifting them, letting them fall again, like slow waves of fabric. They do not hurry. Nothing here does. You walk softly across smooth stone, your footsteps barely touching the earth. Rooms open around you one by one. Dining halls, guest rooms, quiet corridors. All empty, all peaceful. In one room, a table remains set as if waiting for a family to return. Clay cups, simple plates, a bowl left half full of figs long ago. They never came back, and the villa learned to rest without them. There is no sadness here, only stillness. Near the far side of the courtyard, you find a garden sheltered by high walls. Moonlight settles gently over leaves and vines, silvering their edges. A single tree grows in the center, tall, patient, and unafraid of time. You stand beneath it. Its branches do not speak. They simply exist. Somewhere in the distance, an owl calls once, then falls quiet again. The sound does not disturb the night. It belongs to it. You sit beneath the tree, the stone beneath you firm and grounding. The villa around you feels like a deep, steady breath. In and out, it asks nothing of you. It does not need stories. It does not need memories. It only needs presence. And tonight, you are here. Your shoulders loosen. Your thoughts soften. Your breathing settles into the rhythm of the sleeping house. Above you, the stars watch calmly. The empire sleeps without worry. The villa rests without fear. And you may rest too, for as long as you need. When you finally stand again, the villa remains behind you like a dream gently set down. Nothing pulls you back. Nothing pushes you forward. You simply move. The night air greets you once more, cool and steady against your skin. Streets pass quietly beneath your steps, calm, unrushed, accepting. Soon, a wide building rises ahead. Rounded stone walls, tall archways, and doors left gently open. It is a Roman bathhouse, once filled with voices, laughter, water, and life. Tonight, only silence waits inside. You step through the entrance, and immediately the air changes. Warmer now, deeper, like a comforting hand resting softly against your back. Your footsteps echo faintly, but even the echo feels gentle here, as if the walls themselves are careful not to disturb the night. You walk through long corridors where steam once drifted in gentle clouds. Now the air is still, but somehow it still remembers warmth. Rooms open around you, each one peaceful, each one patient. A pool rests beneath a high domed ceiling. Its water is calm, perfectly still, holding the reflected moonlight like a quiet secret. You move closer. The surface does not ripple until your presence reaches it. Then, slowly, softly, tiny circles spread outward, harmless and unhurried. You kneel beside the edge. The stone is smooth beneath your hand, worn by years of comfort, polished by thousands of resting palms. This place was made for easing weight, for letting burdens melt away. It still is. You dip your fingers into the water. It is warm, not hot, not cold, just gently welcoming, as if it has been waiting for you without impatience, without expectation. The dome above holds the sky in a quiet embrace. Faint stars shimmer overhead, softened by thin clouds drifting slowly past. Your breath settles into the rhythm of the pool. Slow, deep, unforced. Somewhere, water moves just a little, whispering against stone. a sound like soft rain, a promise that nothing here needs to be hurried ever again. You find a place to sit along the edge of the pool, where the stone supports you completely, carries your weight easily, like it has carried countless others before you. You do not need to think. You do not need to remember. The bathhouse does that for you. It holds stories, voices, laughter, every moment once shared here, but tonight it keeps them quiet, so you can rest. Warmth surrounds you. Silence wraps gently around your shoulders. The world outside feels further away, softer, lighter. Your breathing slows just a little more, and the night continues to watch over everything. The forgotten town sleeps. The empire lies silent. Water rests. Stone rests. You rest. Nothing is lost. Nothing is urgent. There is only calm. You leave the warmth of the bathhouse behind, stepping once more into the gentle night. The air feels cooler now, fresh against your skin, soft against your thoughts. Streets widen as you walk. Stone walls fall away. The sky stretches larger above you, as if the world is slowly opening its hands. And then you see it, rising from the earth like a great sleeping giant. The Roman amphitheater. Once it held thousands of voices, thunderous applause, shouts, laughter, the trembling excitement of crowds. Tonight, it holds only silence. You approach the great archways, tall and patient, still standing with quiet strength. No guards, no gates, no expectations, just open space. You step inside. The world changes. Sound becomes softer. Breath becomes deeper. Time becomes slower. Stone seats rise in gentle curves all around you, layer upon layer, like ripples frozen in place. The arena floor lies open and smooth beneath the moon, a pale circle resting calmly at the center. You begin to walk, not fast, not slow, just naturally. Your footsteps echo softly, but the echo is kind, stretching out gently, fading with care, as if the amphitheater wants to keep the peace unbroken. You move toward the center of the arena. Here, where once there was tension, crowds, noise, there is only an enormous, comforting quiet. The night sky opens overhead, a great bowl of darkness sprinkled with starlight, held lovingly by the curve of stone around you. You stand still. The silence isn't empty. It is full of calm, full of space to breathe. If you listen, you can almost sense the memory of applause, the faint ghost of distant excitement, but they do not disturb you. They are soft now, gentle echoes, kind memories resting in the walls. They belong to the past. This moment belongs to peace. You sit on the smooth stone floor. It is cool, steady, reliable. The amphitheater wraps around you like a protective circle, not trapping you, but holding you, as if to say, you are safe here. You are allowed to rest. Above, a single cloud drifts lazily across the night sky, taking its time, never rushing anywhere. The moon watches quietly. The stars listen without asking anything of you. Your shoulders soften. Your breathing deepens. Thoughts slow, then loosen, then grow faint and light. Nothing performs here anymore. Nothing demands attention. Nothing needs to happen. This great place, once built for spectacle, has chosen serenity instead. And in that stillness, you feel smaller, but in a comforting way. Small like a leaf floating on calm water. Small like a whisper gently held by the night. The amphitheater rests. The city rests. The world rests. And you are allowed to rest too. For as long as you wish. Take a slow breath in and let it go gently. There is nowhere you need to be. Nothing you need to remember. Tonight you are simply listening. Long ago, when the world felt wider and quieter, there was a road that crossed the Roman Empire. It was made of stone, smooth in the center, worn at the edges by centuries of footsteps. At this hour, the road is empty. No carts pass. No soldiers march. Even the wind seems careful not to disturb the silence. You walk slowly along this road, not as a traveler in a hurry, but as someone with all the time in the world. The stones beneath your feet are cool. They hold the memory of the sun from the day before. On either side of the road, tall grass moves gently, guided by a soft night breeze. Somewhere far away, an owl calls once, and then rests again. The Roman Empire is still here, but it is sleeping. In the distance, low hills rise and fall like slow waves. Olive trees grow there, their leaves whispering softly to one another. There is no danger. No urgency. Only the steady rhythm of walking and breathing. As you continue, you pass a small stone marker by the roadside. It is worn and difficult to read now. Once, it told travelers how far they were from the nearest town. Tonight, it does not matter. Time moves differently here. Each step feels lighter than the last. The moon hangs quietly above, pale and patient, watching the road the way it has for hundreds of years. Soon, the road curves gently, and beyond it, somewhere ahead, a small Roman town rests in silence. But there is no need to reach it quickly. You walk, and the world remains calm. Take another slow breath. The road will still be here when you wake. At the center of the town, the forum lies open and empty. Once, it was filled with voices, debates, footsteps, and trade. Now it is wide and still. Columns stand patiently, casting long shadows across the ground. They do not mind the silence. They were built to last longer than noise. You sit for a moment on the cool stone edge of the forum. The stone feels solid, dependable. It has held thousands of people before you and will hold thousands more after. Look up. The stars are visible even here, scattered softly across the sky. They shine without effort, without sound. The empire stretches far beyond this town, but here, in this moment, it feels small and gentle. There is no rush to move on. You can stay as long as you like. Take another slow breath. The town will remain quiet, even as you drift deeper into rest. You remain in the center of the amphitheater for a moment longer, not because you must, but because it feels right. When you finally stand, the stone releases you kindly, as if it understands that rest is not something we hold, but something we simply allow. You walk toward the archway again. The air outside greets you with a new softness. It is still night, but something has changed. The darkness is no longer deep and endless. It is beginning to lighten, very gently, almost shyly. You make your way through the quiet streets once more. They feel familiar now. They feel welcoming. Shadows begin to soften along the walls of houses. The edges of rooftops glow very faintly, as if touched by a hidden hand carrying the first pale light. Dawn is not here yet, but it is thinking about arriving. You walk slowly, your steps unhurried, your breathing steady. The world feels like it is inhaling, preparing for its first peaceful breath of morning. The sky above you begins to change color. Not suddenly, not dramatically, just a slow drifting of darkness into soft blue, blue into gentle gray, gray into something warmer. You turn down a long Roman street, wide, calm, lined with sleeping homes. Windows remain closed. Doors remain still. No voices. No footsteps. Just the promise of morning waiting quietly in the air. A faint breeze moves through the town. It is different from the night wind. Lighter, more awake, yet still kind, still gentle. The fabric of a hanging banner shifts slightly, then rests again. A small bird calls once from a rooftop. Not loudly, just testing the morning. Then silence returns, as if the world is nodding in agreement. Not yet. Soon. But not yet. You keep walking. The stones beneath your feet hold the coolness of the night, and the warmth of yesterday, and the quiet promise of the day to come. You reach a small square, a peaceful open space between buildings. In the center stands a simple statue, his face calm, his posture steady, watching the world gently transform. You stand beside it and look up. The sky now holds the faintest color of gold, just enough to let you know morning is real, that it is coming, without rushing, without forcing, like everything in this forgotten Roman world. For a moment, everything pauses. The town is perfectly still. The air is perfectly quiet. Time feels perfectly balanced. Not night, not day, just a beautiful, peaceful in-between. You breathe in, slowly, deeply, easily. The world breathes with you. Roofs, walls, streets, all waiting with the same gentle patience. Nothing demands that you wake. Nothing insists that you move. Morning does not push the night away. Simply arrives, kindly, softly, as light begins to gather like warm silk across the sky. A pale glow gently touches the tops of buildings, then slides downward, resting on windows, on doors, on stone, turning everything quieter, softer, more peaceful still. This town, this sleeping empire, does not rush into its day. It welcomes it, with grace, with stillness, with calm. You stand in that quiet glow and realize, there is no need to hurry, no need to hold anything tightly, no need to be anywhere else. Right now, this calm, this softness, this gentle beginning, is enough. Your shoulders rest easily. Your thoughts remain light. Your breathing stays slow and natural. Morning unfolds like a quiet promise. You are safe. You are allowed to move gently. You are allowed to simply be. The first true light of dawn finally reaches your face. Warm, soft, reassuring, as the forgotten Roman world wakes not with noise, but with peace. And you may wake gently too, or stay resting just a little longer. Both choices are kind. Both choices are allowed. Both choices are yours. The world is calm. The day is patient. And you are carried forward softly into whatever comes next. The soft light continues to grow, not quickly, not urgently, just a slow unfolding of warmth across the sky. You take one last quiet look at the sleeping town. Streets you walked, places you rested, memories the stones still hold. All of it remains calm behind you. You begin to walk toward the outer gate. Your steps feel lighter now, not because the night is gone, but because the world feels kinder. The great stone walls of the town rise ahead, strong, slow, steady guardians of a world that no longer needs to defend itself. The gate stands open. It doesn't push you out. It doesn't call you forward. It simply allows passage. As you step beyond it, the world widens again. The Roman countryside stretches before you in endless gentle shapes. Rolling hills, quiet fields, soft earth touched by the first golden breath of morning. The horizon is no longer dark. It glows with soft colors, warm gold, faint peach, delicate blue, all blending together like calm water spreading through the sky. You walk along a Roman road, straight, patient, purposeful once, now peaceful and unhurried. Grass grows along its edges. Small flowers open shyly to the morning. Their petals do not rush. Nothing does. You breathe in deeply. The air tastes different here. Fresh, open, alive without being loud. A faint mist rests over distant fields. Hovering gently like a blanket the land has not quite removed yet. It moves slowly, almost floating, as though the earth still wants to dream a little longer. You continue walking. Each step feels natural. Each breath feels steady. Each moment feels allowed. In the distance, olive trees stand in quiet rows, their leaves catching the new light and holding it softly. A few sway just a little in the morning breeze. They move without effort. They move without hurry. They simply respond to the world with calm acceptance. A bird glides overhead. No frantic flapping. No rush to be anywhere. Just smooth, gentle movement across a warming sky. You pause beside a low stone wall and rest your hand on its surface. It is warm now, warming with the day, holding the comfort of morning sunlight. This land has seen empires rise and fade, voices come and go, lives pass through like gentle waves. Yet it remains peaceful. Not because nothing happened here, but because time has softened everything into quiet understanding. You sit down in the grass beside the road. The earth supports you easily. The ground feels steady, certain, trustworthy. In front of you, the world opens into wide simplicity. No noise, no hurry, no wait, just calm space and warm light. The morning settles fully now, not bright and sharp, but warm and soothing, like a soft hand resting gently over the land. You notice how quietly life wakes here. A bird calls once, then another responds softly. Somewhere far away, water flows in a slow, steady stream, not loud enough to pull you from the moment, just enough to remind you that everything moves gently on. Sunlight spreads across the fields, over stones, over roads, over your skin, wrapping the world in calm reassurance. There is nothing you must hold, nothing you must solve, nothing you must prepare for. Morning arrives, and it brings only peace. You breathe in, warmth fills your chest. You breathe out, the world breathes with you. This forgotten Roman world is no longer dark, no longer sleeping, but even in waking, it remains gentle. It welcomes the day, without rushing into it, without forcing it, just quietly, kindly, naturally. You are part of that calm now, not separate from it, not observing it from afar. You are inside it, held softly by space, by silence, by light, for as long as you need. There is no ending here, just continuation, just warmth, just peace. And as the countryside glows with full morning light, you realize, you may carry this calm with you, wherever you go next. The world is open, the day is gentle, and you are safe within it. Morning is fully awake now, but it wakes gently. The sunlight no longer whispers, it rests warmly across the land, steady, comforting, reassuring. The Roman countryside stretches softly before you, not demanding to be explored, not insisting on being noticed, just existing, in quiet, peaceful daylight. You rise slowly from the grass, not because you have to, but because your body simply feels ready. Nothing hurries you, nothing pulls at you. You take a few steps along the road again, feeling how the world has changed, yet remained calm. Shadows are softer now, colors are warmer. The sky has settled into a wide, gentle blue. The land feels awake, but relaxed, like someone who has opened their eyes and chosen to stay still for a while longer. Olive leaves shimmer lightly. A soft breeze moves across the fields, touching the earth without disturbing it. Even the wind seems to know, there is no need to rush today. You pause beside a small rise in the land and look back toward the town. It rests quietly in the distance, strong, gentle, unbothered by time. You remember the library's silent patience, the villa's soft warmth, the bathhouse's gentle embrace, the amphitheater's peaceful vastness, the slow awakening streets at dawn, each place holding a different quiet, each place reminding you that calm exists everywhere. When you let it, the empire feels different in daylight, not powerful, not grand, not intimidating, just peaceful, like a world that has grown old enough to understand that strength does not always mean sound, or speed, or effort. Sometimes strength is stillness. Sometimes strength is softness. Sometimes strength is simply being here. You walk a little farther along the road, until you reach a small rise overlooking distant hills. From here, the world feels endless, yet gentle enough to hold. You sit once more, not to escape, not to hide, just to be. The sunlight rests on your skin, warm and steady, like a comforting hand that does not need to grip to make you feel safe. Birds move quietly through the sky. Their wings carve slow shapes in the air. Their calls are light and peaceful, not loud, not demanding, just small reminders that life continues, softly, naturally. You notice something important. There is no rush to fill the silence. No need to chase thoughts. No need to replay moments. No need to decide anything right now. The day is open, but not empty. It is full of calm possibilities, full of quiet strength, full of gentle space for you to breathe. You take another slow breath. It arrives easily. It leaves easily. Just like everything here. Nothing clings. Nothing presses. Nothing insists. This forgotten Roman world does not ask you to remember everything or understand everything. It simply asks you to feel safe, to feel steady, to feel allowed. to move gently through your own moments, the same way you moved through this world. You look out across the countryside one last time. The light holds, the land rests, the sky remains calm, and you realize you are not leaving the peace behind. You are carrying it, like a quiet warmth in your chest, like a steady breath in your body, like a calm space inside your thoughts, that you can return to whenever you need. This world will wait. It does not disappear just because you step away. It remains, patient, soft, welcoming, whenever you choose to come back. For now, you simply sit in the daylight, feeling safe, feeling calm, feeling gently held by the quiet strength of the day. There is no ending here, just peace, continuing forward, and you are welcome to rest in it for as long as you wish.